Afam was known by many names, but his wife Amarachi called him Odogu. The day she met him, he had walked into the boutique where she worked. He wore a white native attire and red coral beads. He looked like royalty. He bought 3 wristwatches, 5 perfumes, and handed her 200,000 naira as tip. That same day, he asked her out. From that day, her life changed. He was kind. He paid her siblings' school fees. Her father, who used to beg neighbors for help, now had his own provision store. Afam sent foodstuffs every month to her people. He paid for her mother's eye surgery without blinking. To everyone, he was a gift from God. But there was one thing about Afam that always left Amarachi a bit confused. He never touched her unless she was on her period. The first time it happened, she thought maybe it was a mistake. But the second time, the third, the fourth, it became a pattern. She once asked him gently, Odogum, why is it that you only come close to me when I'm flowing? He smiled and kissed her forehead. My queen, you are too sweet. That's when I feel you most. It's just how I am. Amarachi was a bit confused. It sounded weird. She decided to talk to her mom. That day, she sat with her mom. Mommy, please, there's something I want to tell you. I know you always spoke about keeping my virginity for the right man, but I did it with Afam. We had sex. Her mother said, my dear, Afam is a good man. Virginity will not pay my hospital bills or set up a business for your father or even give us the quality of life we enjoy today. You were smart, I must say. Amarachi continued, but Mama, we only do it when I'm on, like when I'm on my period, and I am worried. Her mother looked up from the bowl of egusi soup and smiled. Amarachi Nwam, men have their own ways. Some like big backside, some like slim girls, some like food. This one obviously likes blood. At least he loves you and he has changed our family story. What is there? Give him what he wants. So she gave him what he wanted. At least her mother was in support. Soon they got married. It was a wedding that shook the whole of Enugu state. People said it was the wedding of the year. Everything was paid in full. No borrowing, no stress. Amarachi was shining like glass. Her gown alone cost what could build a bungalow. Everyone clapped for her, saying she had won. 6 months after the wedding, something began to trouble her. She had not taken in, not even a missed period. Her flow was steady like clockwork. Every month, no break, no delay. Even though she was only meeting her husband during her period, she has seen on Google that some women get pregnant like that. One night, while they were lying in bed, she turned and said, Odogum, I don't know what's going on. I've not gotten pregnant. Maybe we should go and see a doctor. Afam laughed. A laugh that didn't match the seriousness of Amara's tone. Pinopinum, he said. I don't want children. I don't even like the stress of it. Children scatter everything. You can't rest. You can't travel. Your body changes. Let's just enjoy ourselves. When God wants to give children, He will give. Amara nodded slowly, but her mind didn't rest. She just felt Afam said that to calm her out of love. One Saturday morning, she went to Ogbete Market. It was their usual monthly stock-up. She had her shopping list in her hand and her big shopping bag in the other hand. As she passed the yam section, a madman sitting near the gutter looked up sharply. He stood and laughed. Then he shouted, "Madam, where your period? Where dem carry am go?" People turned. Amarachi paused. The madman pointed at her. "Dem dey fetch your period. Dem dey use am buy G-Wagon." The crowd burst into confused laughter. Some strangers looked at Amarachi with side eyes. Some followed the drama with open mouth. Others shouted, "Abeg leave dis ones, na skits, dem dey act movie." Amarachi tried to ignore him, but he followed her from stall to stall. He kept shouting, "Where your period? Where your flow? Dem dey use am wash money. You dey enjoy am, but you no know say your blood na your ATM." Tears welled up in her eyes. She ran straight to her car. When she got home, she locked the door and cried. She told Afam that night, but he said, "Why are you listening to a madman? Do you know how many mad people are in this country? Pinom, you are too soft." But she couldn't sleep that night. The next day, she went to her mother's house. "Mama, I want to leave." Her mother dropped the spoon and said, "Leave where?" "This marriage," Amarachi said. "Something is wrong." She told her mother about the madman's encounter. "He said my blood is being used for something. And I think it's true, Mama. I think I'm being used." "Mama, what if it's true? What if my body is being used for something evil?" Her mother sat quiet for a while. Then she looked at Amarachi and said, So what if it's true?" Amarachi's mouth opened slightly. "Mama." Her mother's voice was calm. "Amarachi, wait, let me tell you. Has it harmed you? Are you dead? Are you sick? Has Afam ever laid a finger on you? You live in a mansion. You fly abroad anytime. You use different exotic cars. Your brothers are now men because of this man. Your father has a business. We live in our own personal house. No more community compound. So what if your blood is being used? Obviously, it is harmless. It has not harmed any of us." Amarachi stood up from the stool. "Mama, how can you say this?" Her mother's eyes grew firm. "You will not leave that marriage. You hear me? Don't try it. Our family cannot go back to poverty. We have suffered enough." "But, Mama, it's my blood, my body. I feel like a sacrifice." Her mother sighed. "Then be the sacrifice that saved our family. Let it be said that God used you. Please, don't be ungrateful. Go home to your husband. Let this talk not enter any other person's ears." Amarachi stood up and went home broken. On getting home, Afam was sitting on the balcony, drinking juice and operating his phone. She stood beside him. He held her waist and kissed her belly. "Welcome home, Pino Dogu." But that night, Amarachi couldn't sleep. She sat on the toilet. She felt her heart breaking slowly. Her body was her own, but not really. Every drop was currency. Every month, another deposit into an invincible account that she didn't control. And no one even cared. Not her mother or even her family. That night, after crying herself to sleep again, she made up her mind to go back to Ogbete Market. She had to find that madman. Maybe he knew something. Maybe he saw something. Maybe, just maybe, he could explain what no one else was ready to say. The next day, she wore a long gown, tied a scarf around her head, and left the house quietly. Afam had gone for one of his business meetings as usual. The market was busy as always. Noise, movement, shouting, pepper sellers dragging buyers, wheelbarrows cutting through the crowd. She searched every corner. She asked one meat seller, "Uncle, there was a madman here last week. Do you know where he stays?" The man looked at her with suspicion. "Which madman?" "Madam, many madmen dey here o. Some go come today, dem no go come here tomorrow." She walked around. Same answer everywhere. No one knew the madman was gone. Again, she went home with questions and no answers. 2 weeks passed. Nothing made sense. Her dreams became strange. She would see herself bleeding into a river. Sometimes she would wake up sweating, holding her stomach. One evening, Afam returned home with his best friend Chuka. Chuka had his fiancée with him. Her name was Oluchi. Oluchi was tall, light-skinned, wore designer's clothes from head to toe. She had long nails with a tiny dog sitting inside her bag. She smelled of expensive perfume and spoke in polished English with a touch of fake British accent. "Hi, darling," Oluchi said as she hugged Amarachi lightly. They had dinner together. It was roasted chicken, basmati rice, grilled plantain and wine. The men talked about real estate and luxury travels. Oluchi showed Amarachi pictures of her last trip to Turkey, then Italy, and Zanzibar. "I own a boutique in Lekki," Oluchi said, sipping her glass. "It's one of the biggest in Lagos." "Wow, that's beautiful," Amarachi replied. After dinner, Amarachi walked her to the gate. She smiled, pretending everything was fine. "Let me get your number," Oluchi said. "We should hang out sometimes." Amarachi saved the number with shaking hands. That night, she stared at her phone for hours. Should I call her? Will she understand? 2 days later, Amarachi dialed the number. Oluchi picked on the first ring. "Hi, sweetie, what's up?" "I'm good," Amarachi said softly. "Just wanted to hear your voice. You look like someone I can talk to." "Aw, you're so sweet. I actually like you too. You are calm and you have taste. Afam is really lucky." They talked for almost an hour. Then Amarachi gently asked, "So you and Chuka, how is your love life?" Oluchi laughed hard. "My dear, love is sweet when money enters. Oh. Chuka is not your regular man. He takes care of me like a queen." "Does he act strange?" Amarachi asked. Oluchi paused. "What do you mean?" I mean special preferences, like things he enjoys that are different." Oluchi said, "Oh, that. You mean how he only sleeps with me when I'm on my period?" Amarachi froze. "Yes." Oluchi continued, "That's not news. That's what makes him feel connected to me. He calls it our bonding time. I actually think it's something spiritual self." Amarachi's heart started beating fast. "You don't mind?" "Mind what?" Oluchi replied. "As long as I'm the boss chick, who cares?" G-Wagon is parked outside. My Range Rover is coming in from the US next week. I'm opening another branch of my store next month. If blood is what he wants, let him take. After all, it's monthly and it grows back. It's not like he's taking my life. I'm still very much alive, baby girl. I'm still alive. What about kids? Amarachi asked. I don't even want children, Oluchi replied. They'll spoil my body. I've done enough in this life. Me, I'm okay. There was silence on Amarachi's end. Are you there? Oluchi asked. I'm here, Amarachi whispered. Just thinking. Think well, oh. If your man treats you right, don't ask too many questions. Just enjoy your life. Lagos is hard. At least we have soft life. We are not chopping shit in Dubai. After that call, Amarachi sat on the bed and stared at the wall. It was obvious she was on her own. Her husband was not the only one. There were others. Maybe a group, maybe a cult. She looked down at herself. Every month, every single month, she gave and they took. And she smiled, wore fine clothes and waved at neighbors. She thought about her mother. Harmless sacrifice, she said. She remembered the madman's voice. Them they use and buy G-Wagon. Her body was no longer just her body. Her blood was business. And nobody seemed to see anything wrong. On a quiet Saturday morning, Amarachi was lying in bed, her face turned to the wall. She was lost in thought. She hadn't slept well. Her dreams were full of shadows, whispers, and blood dripping into dark pots. Afam stayed beside her. He turned and wrapped his arms around her waist. His voice was calm. Good morning, Pinom. You didn't sleep last night. I can read your mind. Pinom, he said gently, kissing her shoulders. You are worried. I know. Amarachi said nothing. Afam sat up slowly, brushing her hair behind her ear. But the more you worry, the more you need answers, the more you hurt yourself. She turned to look at him. There was something in his eyes that scared her. That was not love. That was not softness. It was something darker. He smiled faintly. Relax. Breathe, my queen. Then his voice shifted deeper and colder. And you know what? Don't ever think of leaving me, he whispered, because it may not end well. Amarachi froze. She felt her heart drop. The marks had finally slipped off. This was not the man she thought she married. This was someone else. Someone who smiled with his mouth but spoke death with his eyes. She lay there, staring at the ceiling, feeling the weight of her choices. She thought back. All the signs were there from the beginning. Afam is deep and diabolical. But what will she do? Later that day, Amarachi dressed up and went to a leisure park, just to watch kids run around and play. The sky was clear now. Somewhere down the street, a hawker was shouting, "Buy your gala and cold mineral." She remembered that sound, her old life, how she hawked under the sun. Also, she remembered Oluchi's words, "Provided the ritual doesn't kill me, I won't mind being the blood donor." Do you know what these Lagos girls do for this life we have? My dear, choose your fight. That thing echoed in Amarachi's ears. And just like that, something inside her snapped into place. She wasn't dreaming anymore. This was her life. And she had two choices. Fight a battle she wouldn't win? Or just survive? And for the first time, Amarachi nodded to herself. Maybe this was her own Dubai story, just without the cameras. Some girls danced naked for money. Some girls licked feet. Some girls slept with men thrice their age, or even dogs. Some girls sold their dignity for iPhones. She wasn't proud of hers though, but maybe this was her own version. A quiet exchange, blood for gold. You know what? Amarachi said to herself. I will just beg Afam. Maybe he will agree for us to have an adoption. We can adopt babies. She laughed a little. A dry, small laugh. Amarachi, wake up. Enjoy yourself, she said softly. Maybe it's really a harmless sacrifice. She stood up, adjusted her sunglasses and walked to her car. I think I need a new lingerie. My period starts in 3 days. Let me satisfy my husband and the business that pays us all. She looked at herself in her rear view and smiled. Let the blood flow. My Odogu needs it.